Good morning. This is the reality of what time you wake up 3 weeks out, tired. Whoa. But this is what happens when your body is hungry, wanting to get up, fight food. Time are we on? Boom. 3:33. Not too bad. That's actually a little bit of a lie-in for me. I've been getting up about 10 to 3, so I just looked at my phone then and it said 3:15. So yes, massive win. Now we are post high day yesterday, but I'm yet to have been to the toilet for a shit. So I'm expecting the scales to be a little bit up right now. Yesterday we were 91, I think it was, on the nose. I will have to double check. Yes, 91.0. But yesterday had about an extra 2,000 calories. Didn't go for a shit. So I'm fully expecting like a 92.5 check-in this morning, which is fine because stool movements haven't passed. And then I will film check-in and we will see what we are looking like. But yes, middle of the morning. Stunning. What we're saying, guys. What we're saying. Okay, 92.8. Not too bad, not too bad. Considering haven't been for a shit and we had an extra 2,000 calories, 1.8 kilo up, I'll take that all day. A lot of water retention, a lot of food. But looking in the mirror now, we're looking lean, we're looking tight. Let's do a check-in. I'm quite in tune with what my body's doing now. So when I do have a higher calorie day, whether it's a refeed or day, high carb day or an off-plan meal, my weight is always up by about 1.5 to 2 kilo. Then I would say 2 to 3 days later it settles, and then 2 to 3 days later after that it plummets. So that 2 kilo will be gone within 2 days by the time I get back to my deficit, hydrated, have a stool movement, and just get my stomach moving again. Also, as I dive back into my deficit, rehydrate, it will pass. I would say, what day is it today? It's Tuesday today. I'll be under the 91 mark, I'd say, by Friday, and then by next Monday, probably about 1.5 kilo down again. So for me, I just know my weight comes up and then sky dives towards the end of the week. Still getting used to my posing. This lighting's not the best. It might look okay, but it's not the best either. Front lat spread's the one that I'm finding quite difficult. It's not my best shot. Thumbs into the kidneys, drive my glutes back, shorten the waist there, as you can see. Drive the chest up. Well, it's not too bad actually, not too bad. Front double bicep, drive the knees out, tense in. Maybe get a bit classic. So some rear shots and see how we're looking from the back. Tammy's glutes are feeling tight. Oh, fucking hell. I tell you what, when it comes to dieting down for a bodybuilding competition, you can get obsessed with figures, numbers, dropping weight on the scale, obsessed looking for a new drop every single day. And this is where you have to be very understanding and educated when it comes to why you can be 2 kilo up or why you can be 2 kilo down. Like today, 1.8 kilo up. You know, there's a part of me that's going, oh, fuck, you know, I wanted to see a drop, but at the end of the day, I took in an extra 2,000 calories yesterday, all for a reason. As well as that, we've had no stool movement. I haven't been to the toilet. I'm a little bit dehydrated as well. So there's several factors there that are going to be affecting my body weight this morning. And I know for a fact, I know my body, I'm so in fine tune with it. By 48 hours time, stool movements pass through. I rehydrate, fatigue passes. I dive back into my deficit for a couple of days. I'll probably be down about 91.5. And by Thursday, and then I think by come like Saturday morning, we'll be sub 91. That's just how my body works, and this is why it's important to be educated and understand what's going on. Let me show you this, guys. Anyway, I'm just about to have a coffee. I'm not going to show you all my morning supplements today, but I am going to document my leg day today. So we're going to have a quick check-in, as you've just seen, the position I'm in this morning, and I'm going to document my leg day today. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the exercises and how I'm feeling during the workout, but I will show you these 3 new purchases. And then I've got clients this morning, so once they're boxed off, I will jump straight back on the vlog and get videoing for the leg session. But yeah, this is the goated setup in the mornings, and this is the new purchases. Guys, which one do we choose today? We are spoiled for choice. Come on. Yes, people, a car cam is activated. We are 5:43 in the morning. Just on the way to the gym. How many steps have I done so far? 6,000 steps done so far. I like to get a lump of steps done first thing in the morning if I don't have even if I do have the kids as well. Just because when it comes to later in the day, and I've worked with clients, cardio, trained, pick the kids up from school, what have you, I am just fucked. Like, I can barely walk in the evenings at the moment. Like, that is the realistic position of being 3 weeks out, you know. But today we are in for legs. Firstly, got cardio. If I haven't got the children are at their mothers this morning. So if I've got the children, I'll do cardio before work. So we will get 45 minutes in of fasting cardio now. And then I'll eat at the gym, have my meal 1, which is going to be 80 grams of cream of rice, 40 grams of whey, and 100 grams of banana, which will be stunning. And then I've got 2 clients, 8 till 10 back to back. Sarah and Emma this morning, both long-term clients of mine. Emma's a fantastic person, you know. She's about 50 now, I think, 52. Sorry if you're a little bit younger, but what I absolutely love about her, she's such an amazing, kind person. Like, she's always buying me things and treating me for my birthday and this, that and the other. But she's such a hard-working and enthusiastic person. And it's so nice to see somebody at that age range so determined. Like, she's so into her bodybuilding and she's so into her tennis, and she's just started playing North Wales for tennis, and, you know, she's really keen in work, and she's like really money orientated as well. Like, she's such a good person to have around. But yeah, we are in for legs. Today I'm feeling a little bit preppy, I'm a little bit tired. I'm going to keep these YouTubes up as much as I can, but if I'm having a bad day, it's just not happening, you know. I'll try and release 1 or 2 a week. But anyway, we're in for legs today. Now, my sort of leg session at the moment, I used to train legs once per week. Like, 1 big session per week where I would hammer my legs, and the growth from it was really good. The intensity was hard, heavy, but what I found was recently I've been struggling to recover from that. Like, because I train so hard and heavy, my central nervous system would be zapped for 3 or 4 days, and it'd affect the rest of my training throughout the week. So I have split up my leg days the last few years, like a quad bias and a hamstring glute bias day, less volume, and I seem to be able to get the same amount of work in but recover better. So that works better for me, and that's the way I like to program into my clients as well, depending on, you know, their life schedule and what they can fit in, etc. So today we're on a quad bias leg session. I still like to get hamstrings involved though. Likely I'll do 1 hamstring exercise, probably a standing curl to finish, just to get them activated. a lot of people go in with like log books and numbers and making sure they hit their numbers and keep their strength up, which, yeah, I understand. It depends how anal you want to be about it, you know. For me personally, I just go into the gym, I train hard, I've got a good mental number of what I've been lifting, and I go to how I feel. Like, for example, let's say today, I go into my leg session with a bit poor energy, not feeling the best. But I'm not going to be hitting 2 sets of hack squat and 2 sets of leg press because, and fucking going balls out with weight, because it's just going to fuck my fatigue for the rest of the week. So if I'm feeling good, I will add an extra set. I will add a little bit of extra weight. If I'm not feeling so good, I'll adjust. I could drop an exercise, I could drop a set, and I'm more than happy to do that. I'll always listen to my body, because essentially your body's telling you how you feel and what it needs, you know. So I don't go in with a game plan, a set game plan. I go in with exercises that need to be done, how I execute them, how many sets I do on them, how many reps I do, and how much intensity I put into it. Sorry, goes to how I feel, especially in prep. You know, like when I'm like off season and calories are above 6,000 and fucking like 260 pounds full of beans and fucking 2-3 gram of gear. You know, you can get away. Come on, mate, green lights. The traffic anger is real as well. You can get away with slinging high volume and high, you know, big long sessions because the energy is there. But again, that's just going to how I feel. So if I feel like the energy is there and I'm feeling strong and I'm feeling like I'm on top of the moon, full of food and PEDs, then I will train to that standard. But right now, back end of prep, it's more, right, let's get these muscle work. Let's get them trained, let's get blood in them, let's fuck off and, you know, and sit down and recover. But yeah, nearly at the gym now for clients anyway, so the next video will be the training session. First exercise, nice little feeler set. 2 calf exercises first, 3 standing sets, 3 seated sets. I like to get them in before my workout, just so they're nice and warm before it comes to any big pressing movements. With calves, I actually like to go heavy. We're on our calves all day, every day, walking on them everywhere. So when it comes to training them, you need to apply as heavy load as you possibly can to really shock them as much as possible. So we'll start at 97, aim for a set of 12 to 15. I'll pump it up by 2 plates at a time and just take it to failure every time. My second calf exercise, I like to go with a donkey calf raise. Even though it is a standing exercise, I don't connect very well when it comes to seated. So for me personally, I'll do standing calves and then I'll go to donkey calf raises as well. I just find I get a really good mind to muscle connection from being in the bent over position at the hip. Again, aiming for double figures. Oh, yeah. Oof. So first major exercise today, working the adductors. Just 2 working sets, no crazy drop sets, no supersets, no muscle rounds, straight sets for me today. Top set, a heavier one, aiming anything between 8 to 10, with a back off, slight drop on weight obviously, 12 to 15, so we're going to work quite heavy. Going to dig hard. 170 pounds, quite heavy this, but let's see what we can do. Come on. Go on. Oh, yeah. No. No. As you can see, a bit of a tip for really wanting to target under your adductors, so these big thick adductors are popping out, is when you're doing this movement, you're going to make sure I turn my feet slightly up and out towards my soles are facing the roof, and I make sure I drive through my thigh. Okay, you do not want to be driving through your feet. Your feet should be floppy. So I do feet twisted out, facing up, push my hips up straight away. I can feel the bottom of my adductors linking straight up there. I drive through the pad. That is going to really isolate under these adductors here. So even though it is a quad bias day today, second exercise, I'm going to go on the prone line leg curl, just to get the hamstrings activated. Very heavy stack, so nothing too crazy at all. First working set, I'm going to work on program 1 on the perk resistance, just so the weight's equal throughout. On the second working set, I will drop to program 3, which is going to allow me to lead a heavier load, but also get the reps in as the weight comes off at the top. So first working set to start with. I'm going to go with 130 pounds. Come on. You might have noticed that I'm getting a lot of accessory work in before I do my heavy compounds. I like to make sure my hamstrings and my glutes and my quads have got a lot of blood in them before I go into any big presses. But you know, I don't come in with a logbook. I don't come in with a mindset I've got to hit certain numbers. I go to how I feel. Like I said, I had a rest day yesterday, an emergency rest day, so energy's all right today.
So if I feel like I've got the energy to go hard, a bit heavier, I will. If I don't, then I won't. If I want to miss a few reps, I will. If I want to get an extra few reps, I will. I'll completely train to how I feel. So, little feeler set now. Slowly build up. Never go above 5 on my feeler sets. As it gets a bit heavier, sometimes 2, 3, maybe even 1. We'll do a full working stack for the first set. Controlled. Big focus on the mind to muscle connection and squeezing the shortened position here. A lot of people train with their egos. You gotta think more tension, not more weight. That's what builds muscle. If you ever feel your ego go, you ever feel like you're lifting weights that you can't control, believe me, get the saying in your head thinking more tension is more muscle, not more weight. So, let's go. Come on now. Nice 12. First major compound after leg extension, hack squat. Now originally, volume was a little bit higher. We're getting 2 to 3 working sets in on here, 2 to 3 working sets in on leg press. But at the moment, 3 weeks out, I play it by ear. So if I feel a little bit fatigued, which I am, I'll just get 1 top set in and I'm happy with that. But feeler sets to start with. 3 plates aside, little feeler. I just go 1 plate at a time in my feeler. Just really do take my time when it comes to compounds. There's no rush at all. A full flexion. And then I'll add a 4th plate on, another feeler. First working set on 5. If that moves well, I will add a 2nd set in on 6, but we shall see. Second feeler set going down, guys. Slip the plate on. The benefits of doing these feeler sets is just allowing your muscle to condition and come to an understanding of what your working weight is going to be. Like, you know, I could do 1 plate for 10 reps and go straight to my working weight of six plates per side. But when it comes to doing the 6 plates, my knees will probably crumble because my mind hasn't prepared for that load yet. So the slow increments building up just switches your brain on, switches your tendons on, everything on, ready to go. So again, single now, just to feel the weight, get my muscle used to that increasing load. Easy. Right, guys. Top working set. Usually a load that I do when I'm full of energy, full of beans and full of actual food. But we are currently not. But I'm going to switch on mentally. I'm going to work with the same load. Dig. Get that weight, get that resistance through the legs. Just to help really preserve that muscle mass as much as we fucking can. So it's time to really switch on now. Get the fuck through this set. Come on. Come on. Oh yeah, come on. Oh. 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 Last one. Oh yeah. Fucking hell yeah. Big set till failure. Toast these quads. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Fuck, you know. Oh, yeah. Fuck. Oh, my glutes. Quads on fire from that. Whew. I feel like I've had a very successful leg session today. My strength's been good. I've hit some good numbers on compounds. And that's because I listened to my body yesterday and took that rest day instead of pushing through it. If I hadn't have took it, I'd have had an absolutely shite leg session yesterday and not torn my muscle fibers or put my legs in a position to recover and grow like I have done today. That's why you've got to be clever and smart. Well happy with that. Flex Fitness standing hamstring curl to finish. In my opinion, the best standing hamstring curl I have ever been on. The way you can position yourself on it, how it allows you to hinge at your hip and lean over, just really activates that hamstring, and there's no other movement, there's no glute drive involved, it's just pure hamstring involvement if you take your time with it. Fantastic machine. Last exercise.